What's going on, y'all? It is me, Jonathan Smith, aka Johnny D. Smitty. And now that I am live, I can go ahead and tell my Instagram followers that I am live because I told them that I would do that. So I need to go ahead and do that really quickly. But thank you all for being here right now. Like, as soon as I start the video, I'm going to go ahead and copy this link, put it into my Instagram. If you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me at Johnny D. Smitty and at Johnny D. Smitty Productions. That page is going up. I'm getting it all set up. And, okay. So yeah, we are live. We're about to get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Yeah. So let me make this really quickly, and I will be on the on the move. I am getting a phone call right now, and I cannot answer that phone call right now. Editing at Lil Ja Rules. Editing pics for Lil Ja Rule live. Click the link to watch the process. And I know that there's a better way for me to do this, and I will figure it out. But I am going nowadays, and I'm doing things, and stuff is rough sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it has to be perfect. I have to be perfect in my presentation, which I do have to be perfect in my presentation, actually. Still. I just like to go. I like to go, and I can figure things out later. Like, oh, I should do this differently next time, or I should do this differently next time. But I'm here now, so. Yep. Click the link to watch the process. We're going. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Oh. I need to send a text message to this person because I just missed their phone call. What's up? Okay. So now all that business is taken care of, I can get back to you all. So we are here today and I'm excited because I'm doing a live photo edit. You all have seen me do the video edits in the past, and I've done those live, and those have gone smoothly. Today I'm switching it up. You all are going to see my process and how it is that I go about selecting pictures and then choosing the pictures that I'll actually send to the client. You all also will see how I edit my pictures. So I'm excited. I'm very excited to give you all this insight. And so without further ado, let me give you all a quick overview of just the process and how it is that we'll be doing this. So first, we'll start off with some curation. Go through the pictures, select which ones we'll focus on, which ones that'll actually be deleted, that I'll never go back to. And then we'll go into my rating process, how it is that I rate the pictures that I've selected as being decent enough to even look at again. Then we'll go into my editing process, and then we'll export. That'll be it. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop over into Lightroom. This is where I do the majority of my editing because I am a subscriber to the Adobe Creative Cloud, and so Lightroom is my preferred editing software, and I just like it. It's streamlined, it's easy. And so as soon as I bring my pictures into Lightroom, the first thing that I need to do is go ahead and make sure that I have them oriented in the correct way. So all those ones that I shot vertically, I'll be rotating those because I do not have auto rotate on in my camera. I believe if I did, it would do this process automatically, but I don't because I actually like to see the full version of a vertical picture that I just shot in my phone or in my camera basically. So I take that setting off, and I shot vertically a lot. I shoot vertically a lot when I'm not doing like a landscape or something like that. If there's people in it, a lot of the time it's going to be a vertical picture unless there are a lot of people in it. It's just the nature of my style of shooting. And yeah. So, okay. All right. Let me see. There may be some scragglers that I missed or something like that, because there always is. Or that I turned that I shouldn't have, like this one here. All right. Now that those are all set, let us go ahead and well, first of all, I want to see what this is. Yeah. Actually, I need to change this up because this needs to be curating right now. Okay. Just want you all to kind of be able to like see easily where we are, what it is that we're doing. And actually, I am going to move myself over here. No. Okay. And then I'm going to bring this down because we don't really need to see that right now. So here they are. Here are the pictures as they are right now. Okay. Let me see. What else can I remove? There we go. That's cool. All right. So these pictures and like how it is that I go about choosing. This is going to be the fun part. This is going to be the part where I feel like I'll have some objections and things like that, which is okay. You all can object. Yeah, you should have edited that one. You should have kept that one or whatever. I get it. And it's going to be a whole bunch of those, actually. Probably. But I like to believe that I have practiced and studied my discernment to know what it is that I like and what catches my eye. And a lot of the time, I found and have developed the confidence that what catches my eye will catch other people's eyes. So this picture could be a thing. Cool little action shot. I like it because I can see some faces. I can see some action. That's going to be one that gets saved. Okay, boom. I flag that as a pick. I like this one because we can see some action. It's a little dark, but we can brighten it up. But we can really see where they are in this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and flag that one as a pick. This one, it's not that great. Can't really see people. I mean, you can see the videographer do his job, but can't really see what MEKO is doing. And shout out to MEKO at Lil Ja Rule on Instagram. All that information, you can find that in the description below. If you want to follow some people, listen to some really good music. He makes some pretty good music. I like it. And I'm not going to pick this one. This one, we can see him, but we can't really, it doesn't pop. It doesn't pop at all. So reject that one. This one isn't popping. I'm not amazed by it. Like if I were to see it and then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and some of these pictures I think about how they could go into a video type of style. Like if I were to take some of these pictures, the ones that I've rejected, and maybe put them into like a CapCut type of app and have transitions on them, and you kind of see a process and all that kind of stuff. I feel like they could work, but as just standalone pictures, the ones that I've rejected so far, I don't think they could work. Now I wouldn't even take my time or waste my time in like looking and editing them. I just don't. I don't like believe. I don't believe in the picture. So since I don't believe in the picture, I just won't. I won't take any more time to even entertain it. Okay. So this one here, I think I've already rejected this one. I'm not positive. I have because it makes sense. This one again, yes. We got a bunch of action going on. Got some actions going on there. I like this one because he's more expressive, doing some motions and stuff like that. This one, not so much arms crossed, kind of closed. This one, not as popping or anything. I like this one. I like the orientation of the camera. I like how I framed this one up. I like this one a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and accept that one. Flag that one as a pick. I might have to come back to that. Let's see. That's a maybe. I'll revisit that one later just to see what it was or what it was like. You know, I might even like that one. I might like that one later down the line. So we'll see. All right, let's keep going. And I kind of want to hide this somehow, but let me see. Okay. Oh, nope, that's not what I want. All right, here we go. I like this one. So I flagged that one as a pick. Don't like this one. Actually, I think I missed completely on this one. Pretty sure I missed completely on this one. Rejected. This one, they're kind of talking, kind of getting it together, thinking about some ideas. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the looks here. I like the looks there. Let me see. Which one do I prefer, though? I think I prefer this one just because this one, the action, it almost feels like he's like shutting them up or something like that. And he's looking away. So I don't want that one. Reject that one. But I'll take this one because it's less like so forward. I'll accept that one. I like this one. Got some blur going on in the videographer. I don't like this one as much. I'm going to go ahead and reject that. I even like this one, actually. I like it, but I don't like it because it's like, is he picking up his nose? I don't think he was. But could look like that to someone. So I'm not going to use that one. There we go. I like that. I missed a little bit on this one, so I don't like that. Rejected. But flag this one as a pick. Let me make sure I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Blurred, missed, eyes all closed. Rejected. This one, you see a little bit more of the process. See the videographer. I'll take it. I'll take it. We'll give the videographer some love in the shoots. I don't like that one too much. Mouth is open, not really focusing on anything. This one, eyes are big. I'll take this one. I'll accept it. This one we moved to we found an open window, fortunately, and the message of the song is time and clocks and things like that. Windows of opportunity, right? Okay, messaging, okay. But that just so happened to be open on the UC Berkeley campus, so it was great. I like it. It's a little dark, but I see an opportunity here, and I think I'll be able to edit this picture pretty cool, to make it look pretty cool in the final version. So I'll give it another review. I'll check it out again just to see how I feel about it later. I went back. I need to go back. I like this one because he has his glasses on right now, but later he takes them off. Yep, there he goes. He takes them off. I don't like that picture. Not really aware. I think his tongue is out. Yeah, I think he was listening to somebody. So, this one, okay, might be a reflective moment. Let's see what else we have. I'll take this one though. Eyes closed in that one. I don't want that one. I will take this one. Like this one. I like the tree detail in here. We're getting some depth, and we can see the chairs inside the room. Pretty cool. But I like this framing of it even better though. So I'm going to take that one. I'll keep this one as a pick. Reject that one. And I actually have to be able to remember what it is that I've even selected. So I'm going to move this menu up so I don't have to keep going in and out of this whole thing over and over again. Okay. Okay, so I like that. I even like that. Nah, I'll reject that one. Okay, got some hat movement. I'll take that one. I like actions. I like actions. I'm always looking for some actions. I like this one as well. I'm gonna reject that one just because I see a little shrug in the shoulders, and that could be a little awkward. I like this one just because it's a little further back. Might be able to do something with that. I like these this greenery here. So we have some greenery underneath, some greenery on top. I like these. I'll take them. Okay, now we got some videographer action. I like this because I can see MEKO in the back there. We're getting some videographer action. I can kind of slightly see his face. It's not completely out of the picture. I like this one a bit. I even like this one because we see the videographer doing his thing. I'll take that one. I won't take this one because we can't see MEKO's face. We can see his face here. I said I like this one, but I don't know. That's also a thing that happens. Sometimes I'll select the picture and be like, oh, you know, let me reject this actually. Huh. He's like, what's going on here? Were you okay? Yeah, pretty good. I'm not going to take that one though. Of course, gotta have the quick little video review pics like, hard. That's the one. And stuff like that. I won't do that one just because you can't see that. Well, I almost said I won't do that one because you can't see their feet, but I'll crop in and that won't even be an issue. It won't look awkward or anything like that. This is a good one. Got some smiles and things. Happy about the process. I like it. I like all four. I like all four of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Like them. I'll even take that one. Let's take that one too. Yep. All right. They moved into a kind of like an archway, a little an entryway into a building. So I was just shooting. I kind of just wanted to see the process, their process, and what they were going to be doing in there. Let me see what I got. I don't know if I didn't. None of these are like popping out to me so far. That's a reject. I'll take that one. I like the intensity in his eyes. That's a reject. Let's see. That's a reject. Reject. I don't know. We got some actions here. I kind of wish I was a little further back during those actions, so I could have seen like his whole body. But I don't think he was actually doing anything right here. I think he was just talking about what he wanted to do. So that's probably why I wasn't too on top of that like that. So X that, X that. I accepted this one though, and there's a reason, and it's because I'm pretty sure I can do something with this. Gotta have the vision before you go into the edit mode. This is just curation, y'all. Just curation. Okay. Mouth all open now. Reject that one. You can see the camera in this, which I like. I'm gonna use that. I'm not gonna use that. Not going to use that one either. I do like this one. This one I like it. I wish that I had brought it up a little bit more, but I think I can still do something with it. So I'm not going to reject it. I even like this one. We'll take it. And I like the orientation of this one, but I feel like his head is only going to get lost, especially since he was wearing a camouflage hat, camo hat. So I don't think you'll be able to see him that way. That way, I really had him blended in very well. So I'm going to reject it. Even though I like it, I'm going to reject it. And reject that one. Okay, so I was going for something here. I think I was missing though. I got missed a couple of times. Mouth is open. I'm going to... That's the thing. The thing sometimes about like behind the scenes of video shoots. It's kind of like there's going to be open mouths because people were talking and rapping and doing all kinds of stuff. So kind of impossible to get away from that. Now I do need to have something except. Okay, I accepted those. Okay, great. Because none of these other pictures would even make sense if you didn't know where they were. I think that's what I was doing here, was trying to just like establish where they were, but might have been. Okay, some review by them. Okay, so that was their shoot. Now we're gonna get into some MEKO pictures, just some portraits and things like that. I think I shot this one. I like this actually. I like. Just off rip. I like it. Now I opened up I closed my aperture because I wanted to be able to see the tower a bit more. Again, we're at UC Berkeley's campus, so I wanted to be able to see the tower a little more. So I closed. I was at f14, and I closed it down to f29, so I can see a lot of the tower now. And that was intentional, all intentional. But I like this first picture at f14, so I'm going to go ahead and flag that as a pick. I don't really like this one. I feel like I'm kind of missing focus. That's the thing about once you get into those closed apertures, you're going to get a lot of things that may be in focus, but you'll be able to tell where the focus is. I think I was trying to get the tops of the tower, which is why I like this one, but I don't, just because you can't see the top. So I'll accept it. I'll accept it though. Actually, I'll accept it. I like this one because you can see the full brim of the hat. Nah. Nah. Too much headroom. Okay. Yeah, I was too much headroom. But I like this one though. I like this one. It's almost like this one is almost like he's carrying it on his back or something. No, I like that. I like that. I can see now that in this one I will need to bring down the highlights a little bit so we can actually see the tower. And I like this one as well. Don't like that one as much. Not positive why, but it's just not striking me. And gonna delete that one. Gonna delete that one. Let's see. I like the blurred picture actually. It's blurred. It's blurred a little bit, but I like it. Even though it's slightly out of focus. And actually, I might even put an effect on, or add an effect that creates some more motion blur, just to give it that feel, that vibe. I like this one. That one could have been cool. Mouth open. Nah, we'll reject that one. I feel like I like this one too, actually. Yeah. All right. So, at the start of this thing, there were 107 pictures. I'm going to do the process now of taking all the pictures that I flagged as rejects, which as it stands currently is 66 of the 107 pictures that I took that day. And I am going to delete them. I'm going to delete them from the disk. Deleting them from the disk means that they're gone. They're wiped. There is no going back. So I like to make decisions and be definitive about my decisions. And the ones that I chose during that first curation process, I like to say, okay, Jonathan, you like those, stick with them. And that's what I do. So, yeah. So now there are 41 pictures left. 41 out of 107. It's a pretty big amount. Still. And I am always shooting for the pictures that I consider to be the best. Those are the ones that I'm going to deliver. The ones that I consider to be the best. Why? Because over the years, I found that the pictures that I like are also the pictures that my clients like. So that gives me a good amount of confidence to know my discernment is pretty up to par. So there are 41 pictures here. I want to make these a little smaller, so just kind of like get an idea of what I'm working with here. Okay. So here we go. Here we have 41 pictures, and I'm looking through them, and I can tell that I like a lot of these pictures. Um, but, but, I don't know if a lot of these will make the cut for export. So what do I do now? Now is the time. Let's go back to these. Let's just really quickly. Let's go back to the chapters. So now y'all, we just did curation. We just did curation, which was great. Went well. And so now that means that now we are to our rating section. Ratings. So this is how it goes. This is how it goes for me. This is how I do my ratings. So I start off, and this is why processes can take a while, because you have to pick which pictures you want. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to apply ones to every picture that I think I should consider for edit. Okay, here we go. So this one was cool. I liked it. I like that one a lot. I'm gonna put a 1 on that. I'm gonna put a 1 on that. So I'm gonna actually do this in a different way, so you all can actually see the stars as they come. Okay. So I put 1 star there, 1 star there. Okay, cool, great. That's that picture, first picture. I don't. That one isn't. This one isn't great. So I'm actually going to X all the pictures that I don't even deem to be worthy of 1 star. I'm just going to delete those 2, because why would I keep a picture that I don't even think is worthy of 1 star? Why would I do that? So go ahead and delete that, or reject that one. We're on to this picture now, picture 3. I like this. This is an action photo, action shot, big action happening here. Actually, I'm going to go back to being able to, there we go. Big action here. And okay, I'm going to give this one a 1 as well. 1. I like this shot a bit because it's giving us some more of the building. You can kind of see more of where he is, where this video shoot is happening. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 1. This one wasn't that great. I'm going to go ahead and give this one an X. I like this one. This one, I even though he's looking away, I still don't like that he's had like the hand. I'm gonna reject it. This one here. Let's go ahead, and I like this. It's gonna be a 1. I like this one too. Got a picture with him by himself. It's gonna be a 1. Yeah. I mean, we can give the videographer some love, and we do, but it's not going to be like this, though. We're going to reject that. I like this one for some reason. I see some potential in this picture here, so I'm going to rate that one a 1. This one's kind of dull. A little bit. Not much happening. but he has his glasses on, which is different than the rest of them. I'm going to go ahead and rate that one a 1. This one's kind of looking down. I'm gonna. I feel like I missed the focus on this as well. I feel like it's not. Oh, it is. Okay. Just had to zoom in a little bit. I'll consider that one again. Okay. Let's see. His eyes in this. I'm gonna give that one a 1 too. I'm gonna give that one a 1. Okay, I like the framing in this one. I'm gonna reject this one. I like the framing of that one. I'm gonna reject this one. Legs are more in. We're getting a little bit more greenery. I like that. I'm gonna rate that a 1. We got some videographer action there to there. I'm going to get both of these ones. Kind of like this. And this is what I was talking about. Sometimes I feel like these things could like go into series of pictures instead of just being one picture, which is a thing. So like if the person was on Instagram and they were like, okay, let me choose this series of pictures to post, and another series of pictures we could post at a different time or something like that, then cool, great, terrific. But just to see them now like this doesn't really give me that oomph as it would if I saw it as a whole series. So okay, let's go back. All right, so like this picture here, cool, great, terrific. I like the contemplative look. Okay, got one. I like that there. I like that too. And there you go. Cool, great. Okay, here we go. We're setting the scene. Where are we now? We're there. Like this look. This one wasn't that great. I'm gonna reject that. I like this one as well. You know, he's got some prayer hands going, and we see the videographer. So we're gonna go ahead and give that one a 1 star. Once again, we're reviewing the pictures. 1 star. Prayer hands again. 1. I like this picture. This one might be a winner for me. I also like this picture. I really wish that we could see the top of this of the clock tower, and with the new generative AI in Photoshop, might be able to restore the top of that clock tower. So we'll see what we do with that. Okay. I got the smile going here. I like that one. Let's see. I like this one. The one issue that I'm having here is that I can see my lens in his glasses right there, which is not that big of an issue. I can get it out in post or in editing. So looking like I'm gonna have to bring down these highlights to get this clock tower back and then edit out that. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this picture. Did I rate this one a 1? Let's see. I also like this one because you can see the dials very clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and give that one a 1. Give this one a 1. I like this one as well. I'm going to reject the blurred one because if I want, I can just I don't like the framing of this one, so I'm going to go ahead and reject that one as well. So in the second round, right? And so that was the first round, but in the first round of ratings, if I were to filter all of the pictures that are now rejected. We are at 10 of them. 10 rejects in the second round. Okay. And I'm going to delete from the disk because I don't really see myself ever going back to those ever. So, yes. Okay. After one round of ratings and things like that, I'm now at 31 pictures. 31 pictures. And normally I would go through again and I would do more ratings. But seeing as though I started at 107 pictures, got it down to 44, and now I'm at 31, I'm going to stop here. Normally I would do 1-star, 2-star, 3-star ratings, and I would only send the photos that I consider to be 3 stars or more. But since there's so little pictures here, I want the client to have options. And so I'm going to stop there. So you'll have 31 to choose from. Yesterday, actually, I sent him, I think, 68 pictures from another shoot that we did, which was great. The pictures came out really, really well. I think the videos came out really well. I wasn't video that shoot, but I think the videos came out well. So now we're going to go ahead and move into the next part. And that's going to be the editing. Okay, this is really, I think this might be the most fun part, just in general. This is probably the part that you all have been waiting for. The editing of it all. So I am going to go ahead and get into the editing of these pictures. I think I will be able to do something pretty cool here. Every time I do a series of photos, the edits go a different way. I do have a look that I like, but every photo shoot doesn't get treated the same. There are some presets that I favor over others. And so what I like to do is I like to find a picture that has a pretty good histogram. It's pretty good in the mids, the highlights, and the shadows and the blacks. These ones are decent. Histogram is looking good on these. These ones are more popping in the highlights, so they might not give me a good just general kind of idea. So I will try out some presets on I'll try out some presets on this one. Yeah, I mean that's really big in the in the mids, and not as popping in the highlights and the shadows. So I'll check that one out. Gotta let some folks know I'm streaming right now. Can't really talk in between the stream on the phone. What's up? Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, let's try out some presets with this photo here. Okay. Now I like to start with my own presets, that I've created over the years. Accident, accident two actually. There was an accident one, and I wish I knew where that preset was because I used to use it all of the time. But I tried to recreate it, and here's accident two. Oh, that was cool. You get the autumn boom. Nope. Boom. Cloudy moody. Nope. Explosion, which I use a lot. This is a preset that I use a lot. Explosion. I love it. But I don't think I'll use that one for this. Forest and dirt pop, pop, and smooth and fade. I don't hate smooth and fade. Almost looks a little bit like accident with a little bit more in the shadows, but I don't think I'll use those. So let's see what we have in Adobe's presets because they actually have some really dope presets. I'm in the portraits edgy section right now. That's not bad. Great thing about presets is they give you a place to start. So if you're trying to just find that feeling that you like, you can hit up these presets with some kind of ideas about and kind of get some clues, some things that you might like. Okay. Okay. Not really feeling those. Okay. I was kind of feeling this one a little bit. It doesn't really look like it does much coloring. It more so looks like it focuses on contrast. So I don't really like that look though. This one is look like it just desaturates and drops the contrast. I don't mind this feeling right here. A little teal and orange. I might try that one out. I might try out. That's not bad though. These ones are really baking. Oh, that's not too bad either. It's kind of the same, but just a little less punchy. When it comes to my eyes, I've never really been huge on contrast, really, and I've never been a deep contrast kind of person, and right now I'm actually moving away from that. I am going for more deep contrast these days. I'm switching up. I think my palette has changed a little bit over time. So let's see here. Nah, let's see. Black and white. No, I don't want black and white. I do not like these like seasonal presets that they gave us. These don't look great to me. I don't even know. Um, let's see. Let's just go portrait. Nah, not feeling these. No. Okay. Auto plus retro. Let's see what we got here. I like these sometimes. Hmm. None of these are catching my eye today. None of them. None of these. Hmm. That's not bad. I like the I like starting here. I'll start here. I'll start here. I think I found the place I want to start. It's called Auto Retro '03, and I think I like it. I think I like it. So let's see here now. If I were to adjust, okay, wait a minute. They allow me to adjust the amount that I'm. Yeah, okay, I guess not. If I were to do another one, they probably, yeah, okay. Oh, it's auto. Got it. So it takes the picture and then it automatically adjusts everything that it thinks that it should. Okay, got it. Auto plus. Right. Right. I remember. I remember now. I remember. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, we're into editing. We're editing now. Yeah, they took all of the, yeah, I don't, let me see. I want to bring those blacks down, actually. Yeah, these days I've been adding a slight amount of punch to my photos, actually. And it's unusual because I didn't used to do that ever. But I've been enjoying a little bit of contrast, a little bit of highlight, a little bit of yeah, a little bit of highlight here and there, a little bit of punch in the a little darker in the blacks and stuff like that, shadows. So let's see what that looks like just right now. Okay, we got some contrast popping off. Now let's see what they did here in the basics. Crushed my highlights. I want to bring those up quite a bit more. Contrast, they brought up to 7. Let me see. Exposure, they dropped it down. I'm not particularly mad at. Let me see what a little bit of temperature adjustment would do for me. Where were we at? 49.50. Let's say we go up to just like, we don't want it to look too warm because he's wearing a winter hat. At the same time, we don't want it to look too cold. So, and I kind of want a little bit more. I was gonna say a little bit more of a greenish tint, but I won't do all that. All right, so where we are right now, just the basics. All right, boom, boom, boom. Easy, light and easy. Light and airy. Getting rolling on some edits. Okay, there we go. They bumped the clarity down. Brought the saturation up. Vibrance up. Why doesn't it look that way, though? Why doesn't it look like it? Okay, they smacked those whites. Brought those way up. And I don't mind that. Kind of want to see what it would be like if we brought my shadows down a bit more. Cause where did they have it? 39? Okay. Well, let me see what those whites look like if we were bringing them back up to, well, I don't know about 50. 50 is kind of a lot. But I'll take that there. Bring my shadows. Down just a little bit. And the blacks, they crushed. Let's go ahead and get some more blacks back up in here. Well, they might have been onto something because I actually like that. Yeah, I took it to -17 and they had it at -19. So we're on the same page, Adobe. We're on the same page there. Okay, vibrance. I want to pump that vibrance a little bit actually. And do I want to bring the texture? I'll bring the texture up just slightly. clarity down just slightly. Do I need to dehaze it all? Nah, I'm not trying to bake it. Okay. All right. Tone curve ain't looking too bad. See what the color mixer is talking about. It's kind of cool. Adobe just actually added this. So new little feature we got going here. Let's see. I wanted to target his jacket. So I am going to take that. I'm going to add a little bit more to it because we got the jacket, but now I want a little bit more of the green, a little different green. Let's add that there. So do I want to shift the hue of his jacket at all? Oh, we're choosing that right now. We're choosing that color right now. I want to be on this color right now. Do I want to shift the hue at all? Not really. But I might want to boost. Wow, I mean, this is really sensitive. And it's slow too. It's like, yeah, okay. Okay, there we go. I'm actually gonna go back to mixer because for whatever reason that is very intensive on the CPU. So I'm gonna take that down a bit actually. Oh, okay. So this is why so many things have changed within the colors. The colors have been changed a lot already by the preset. So let's see which things have been altered that I may have not even noticed. Okay, reds have been adjusted. Let's see what these colors are looking like. Brought the saturation all the way down. Okay, so the saturation is down in a lot of these, which is what I thought they were. Which I'm like, man, this doesn't look that saturated. It doesn't look that vibrant. So why are these just like packed? And this hue is all the way down, and I don't want it to be. Or this saturation is all the way down, and I don't want it to be. I don't want to lose my blues. I don't want to lose the saturation of my blues at all. I understand the retro feel, the retro look, but no, bring those back. Bring those back. And magenta, actually. I'd like magenta to be in these photos. Green. I need my greens. Okay, there we go. It was the green that I had lost, and it was the green that I wanted more of. So, figured that out. Great. Perfect. And now I can change the hue a bit. Because I want to change the hue of his jacket just slightly. There that is. Lost the saturation of my yellow. That's why the day was looking so just dreary. Man, you got to watch out for those presets because they can aid you, but they can also mess you up a little bit if you're not aware of what is being changed. Yeah, I'll bring the luminance up in the yellows a bit too. Actually, drop the luminance down in the orange. Don't want it to be too dark. I'll bring the saturation to -8 instead. I'll leave the hue there. Let's see the saturation in these reds. Really desaturated my reds. Where did they have me? -20. So what would happen if I brought it to -13? Luminance to I'll keep it there. I don't mind that. All right. Okay, I'm into the color grading section now. Adjusting the mid-tones. I like a mid-tone of almost like a purplish, actually. That's kind of cool. But I'll settle on orange instead for the mid-tones. They love a good teal and orange. They really do. But I'm a little different than that. Well, I might not be, though, because that wasn't too bad. Let's see. Was it really this intense? Oh, these are my shadows. Yeah, I don't really want blue in the shadows, actually. I'd rather have like a warmer feel in the shadows. And if not a warmer feel, at least like a yellowish kind of feeling in the shadows. Maybe even green. Maybe, depending on how I'm feeling. Might not want anything in the shadows, actually. Yeah, might leave my shadows just like that. And might adjust this to be a little more green. I like a greenish kind of mid-tone. My favorite color is green, and so that's not that surprising, but I do like a greenish mid-tone. Let me see what I want to do with these highlights. Not a lot. I don't want to make it seem overly processed. So I might leave it there. In these mids, I might revisit. Okay. Okay, so in the color grading, they dropped a lot of stuff down in the color grading. They brought my highlights down. Brought my shadows down. And they brought up the mids, which I don't mind actually in this picture. I'll leave it. I might bring it up a little bit actually. I am not feeling this picture. I don't know why. I am just not suddenly. I don't know if it was because of the preset or what, but suddenly I am just not in love with this picture anymore. It just looks super baked. Let me see if I were to remove that contrast, bring down the whites. Bring down my shadows a little bit more. Bring up my blacks a little bit. Pump up that saturation just slightly. And now it's not too bad. I would actually accept that. Now, just gotta straighten it up a little bit. And I won't mind this. Let's see what auto does for the straightening. That's off. He did a terrible job straightening that. Okay. Here we go. That there. Yep. All right. Did I just knock it off? Yeah, I did. There we go. I think that's straight. I think. There we go. All right, let's get some more picture in here. I like it not being as big of a picture. And we can see some detail, but kind of want to make sure we aren't getting lost here. We are maintaining our focus on our subject. We don't need all of that, but I do want to bring this up a little bit more so that we can see where we are, what we're doing here. Okay, close that out. And that's not terrible. This is a decent starting point. Okay. A little brighter, a little deeper. I'll take it. So now that I've found the picture that I am at least kind of okay with in terms of an edit. I'm going to take this look because I want the look to be standard across the board. And I'm actually going to go ahead and copy develop settings. I'm going to copy these settings. I want all of them except for exposure. I don't remember doing any healing. I don't want to crop. I don't want to mask or do any healing. Those are off anyway. And I want the rest of them. Yep. I do want all of that stuff. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to copy these. And I'm going to paste these to the rest of the pictures in this series because I want to maintain that look all the way throughout. So, yes, maintain the look all the way throughout. Let's go ahead and paste these on. And once we get that kind of like look that we want, then we can easily do some quick adjustments. So you see, now we can look at some of these pictures and they may be way too bright. They may be like way too saturated and stuff like that. Now this is looking like my Forest Pop preset. But I don't mind them actually. I don't mind them. What I do mind, just looking at them right now, is the amount of saturation in the green. Might need to bring that down a bit. Yeah. So let's get rolling with just some quick adjustments, and then I can move into the and then I can move. Actually, I need to paste it onto this one as well. There we go. And I did not paste the exposure because whenever I have done that in the past, it's always seemed to just blow it out. So I don't do that anymore. Instead, I'd rather just adjust I paste the everything else and then go back and adjust the exposure myself like that. Okay. Bright pictures, we love them. All right. So I'm going to do some quick adjustments just like this. Before I go in and actually straighten everything, do some masking and all that kind of stuff, just want to get the idea right in this stuff, in these pictures. Now I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Not that bright. That bright is fine. And I feel like I need to knock the vibrance down on all of these pictures. They're very vibrant. But who knows? I might keep the vibrance up on all of them, actually. I'll knock the vibrance down on that a little bit. Just because it's making the oranges look a little weird. I like the vibrance on that. Yeah, I think I need to change the... I just need to change the saturation in... need to change the saturation in those greens. So I'll do that a little later. Cool on the exposure there. Need to bump down the highlights though. Highlights killing. All right. Bring up the shadows, bump down those highlights. The highlights are killing in all these pictures. I don't know. The luminant, we didn't bump the luminance up in a lot of things, but the whites, I feel they're smashing. Knock down those whites a little bit. I feel like I'll probably do the same thing in all of these pictures actually. Bring down those whites just slightly. Go. All right. I'll bring down the whites here. Actually, I don't need to bring down the whites in this. I just need to bring down the exposure in this picture. And I'll bring up the shadows a little bit. That was not a little bit. That was a lot of bit. I like that. Bring down the exposure here. Actually, no, I don't need to bring down the exposure in this one. I need to drop these whites. And then pump my shadow just a little bit. Bring down the highlight just slightly. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to desaturate these greens. The greens are really taking over here. But who knows? That might be a look he likes. Who knows? It might be a look he likes. I'll send them to him, and then if he you see, this is the picture that I was talking about, and I was like, I can see something happening with this. And now that I have done the presets and the edits and things like that, now I can mess with the highlights, the exposure a bit. Drop those highlights down a little bit. Might bring them up a little bit. Okay. Do I want to increase the shadows? I don't want to increase the shadows as much as I just did. Bring them down a little bit. There we go. The whites. Nah, it's too white. Okay. And decrease that contrast just slightly. Just slightly. I brought up the temperature just a little bit in that, but I may not need to if we're going for a cooler look, because these look actually really warm. I don't want them to look this warm. A little less. A little less. And that may have been one of the issues even in this picture. It just looks really warm, and we don't really want it to look that warm. That's better. And this actually looks a little cold, so we want to bring this temperature up just slightly. There we go. Okay, so like this part of the process, in the messing around with it, in the editing of it all, there are so many things that can be adjusted, that can change a picture. Like in the example that I was just doing, I was messing with other settings but once I actually decided, like, oh, that looks a little cool or it looks a little warm, I adjusted the temperature, and then so many other things changed and actually moved into it shaped it to look a little bit more like a picture that I like, or that I would ship off and show to a client. So like in this situation, for this picture, I just bumped down the temperature a little bit and bumped down the vibrance. Now I like it. Now I like it more than I did before. And actually, I am going to go into my develop tab. And I feel like this is just, there we go. There we go. I like that actually. I like that now. Yeah. I think I want to bring this photo over slightly there. Slightly there. Okay. Close. I feel like there's a lot at the top. I want to bring this down a little bit. But then I'm missing that like globe at the top. I think that might have been what I was aiming for when I even. I have to see the whole thing. Just kind of want to see a bit of it. Cool. 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 Close. Yeah. All right. I like it. I'll take that picture. Let's go. All right. This picture here. It's cool. I feel like there's something I don't like about this picture. I'm not positive what it is yet, but I'm going to figure it out. I am going to figure it out. Let me see. Straighten that up a little bit. I feel like that didn't actually straighten it. Maybe it did. I'll take out the stairs. I will bring this in a bit. What if I put them in the center of this picture? That could be kind of cool. That's pretty cool, actually. I like it. Even just adjusting the framing of the picture by cropping in just a little bit can completely change up the look of a picture. Really can. Let's see this picture. I like the greenery around it, but I think I really want to have the focus be on him in the window. So this might be a little slim picture, more so like this than as wide as it was. Because if we go like this, straighten. I like that. But I like it, but it doesn't give me any kind of context as to what's around and stuff like that. So I think adding a little bit of the ground to it can make it, could help the people understand that he's sitting in a window, essentially. So I'm going to add some of this back. To the photo. And I'm going to straighten up again. I like it less now, actually. I might actually just like the picture the way I took it the first time. Well, wait a second. I might just do something. Okay, so I am going to manipulate this photo a bit more. I'm going to use my transform tool because this is not perfectly straight and this isn't. But I can make them seem as though they are. All right. Let's take that line, do that. And then let's use this as the guide for a straight line. Close enough. All right. I like it. So from that to that, from that to that. Terrific. Now, crop in just slightly this way. Close. And something is still off about this for some reason. And I'm not positive what it is, but maybe I'll just take it from there. I don't know what it is that's off about this picture, but I like it. But something is just like, a little off about it. Let's see. It's like centered, but not centered. It's weird. It's really weird. It's like it feels like it's centered, but it's not centered. You know what? I just hit it with some shadows, and suddenly I like it a lot more. Boost those shadows up a little bit. I like it a whole lot more now. Okay. bring the blacks back up, actually. Drop down the highlights, actually. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. All right. Dope. Here it is again, kind of, but actually, I like this picture, like how it is. Like he's a little bit off center of the window frame. He's a little off center, and I like his pose, everything like that. I'm gonna bump up the shadows a bit, like I did in the other picture. I'm gonna bring these highlights down just a little bit for this one. Let's see what would happen if I just took this in and only had the window. So it's just sitting in the window. Just MEKO in the window. Let's see. Hmm. I like that. I like the bottom being out. Yeah, I like the bottom. Okay, yes. Got it. Got it. Okay, yes. Got it. Okay, cool. Terrific. Terrific. All right. I like the bottom being. Yes. Okay, cool. This is all right. I like this picture now. Yeah. Let me see if what happened if I raise it up just a little bit. Brought his eyes into the line of interest. Okay. I like it a lot. I like it a lot actually. I'm gonna I like that picture is I'm just gonna take that and keep going. Okay. Let's bring the exposure up in this one just a little bit. Not that much. Maybe bring up the highlights a little bit. No, let's drop the highlights down just slightly. Pop up those shadows. I want to be able to see inside that room a little bit more. There we go. Now we can bring down the highlights a little more. There we go. Well, actually, I might want the highlights to be a little higher up, actually. Nah. I'll keep them down. Yeah, that's fine. But let me see. Since we can't see all the sides of the other side of the window, I'll do the same on the opposite side. I don't like that. I do like it being unbalanced like that. Yeah, I like that. And let's see what auto does. Okay, not a lot. It's pretty straight. Am I going to trip off these leaves? Of course. I'm going to get them out of there. Hopefully I can just do it right here and... Okay, that seemed to have worked. We'll know once we back it up a little bit more. Great. Cool. Terrific. Like that. Not too bad. Original to now. Original to now. Original to now. Okay. I'll take it. These ones are a little dark. Okay, so I'm going to need to zoom out a little bit. So I want these pictures to flow. My old roommate, Jolie, of at Jolie Photo with an F, like FOTO. He was like, yeah, when you get to a shoot, find the light that you want, find the positioning that you want for your light, and then continue to shoot like that. Continue to shoot like that. So the light And all the pictures can seem as though they're like a family, like they live together, versus the light bouncing around and moving all around. So the same goes with colors. These pictures are nice and bright, and then you get a little darker in these two. So what I'm going to do with these two is automatically I see that I need to make them just a little warmer. Okay, yep. Let me see a little bit more. No, I think just one was a little, just one suffice. Does it? Yeah, that's a little too warm. Let's bring it back down a little bit. That's cool. And then adjust the tint just slightly. That's cool. Find that white, that decent white balance. And I'm going to pump up their exposure just a little bit because they're a little dark. That's what I was saying originally. They're a little dark. So now that's a little bright. Bring that down just a little bit. Okay, now let's make it bigger. Now I want to be able to compare these photos because I do want to be able to keep them kind of aligned in how they're being shown. So let's get into survey mode. If I could, let me see. Select a couple. And I don't know why I'm not finding my survey. Oh, there we go. And okay. Okay, so here in survey mode, we kind of see how they're living together. This one is slightly cooler. Might want to bring up the temperature actually a little bit on that. Yep, I brought it up a little bit and it looks better now. This one's I gotta bring up those shadows, y'all. Gotta bring up those shadows. So I'm gonna do that on both of the pictures at the same time. Bring those up. Cool. Get it on that one. Bring it up here. Cool. Let's bring it. Let's do maybe one more shadow boost on this picture. Okay, there's a happy medium somewhere in there. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Bring it down a little bit. And what about the highlights? What are the highlights looking like? Nah. Highlights a little bit too much. Bring that up. Okay. And let's see what the white's talking about. White's decent. White's decent on that one. Okay, I like the framing on both of these pictures. So let's see. See what it's feeling like. Okay. It started zoomed in. Whoa. Okay. I like the framing on this. I don't like that. Well, maybe I do actually. I like the top of the window kind of. I like that you can see that he's not like. Actually, I like this. I feel like it needs to be straightened a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna say keep that. That's fine. And then I'm gonna pretty much do the same thing here. It's kind of off. I feel like I don't really want to see the top of the window. I'd rather kind of censor them up in the frame like that. Get them, hit them on that point of interest line. Kind of create that L shape there. And then I'm just going to auto, see how it wants to straighten it up. That's pretty cool there. All right. All right. All right. Sound like Central C in this mug. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Now these photos look like they live together. Yeah. So I take those. I take those. And let's keep going. I want to get out of my survey mode. Right. I always forget the shortcuts in this program. G for grid. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting something here, y'all. We're getting something here, y'all. We're getting something here. Okay, now this was one more picture. Oh, because he was looking out instead of inside. That's why I chose to keep this one. I'm like, why was this one? That's why. Okay. I like this wider out one. Actually, I'm going to leave this one wider out. I'm going to leave this one a bit wider because kind of gives us a little different perspective on where he is and stuff like that. He's not exactly centered, but could be pretty interesting framing. I'm not always big in centering and getting perfect. The subject rarely is in the center of my pictures, actually. But I like this one, just like this. And actually, I'm going to bring it up a little bit in the shadows because I do want to be able to see inside of that room a bit. Okay, it did it. You all couldn't see what happened, but I mean, I'm gonna just redo. Let's bring those shadows back down to the way they were. Okay, this is how the shadows were. I want to be able to see inside that room a little bit. Instead of painting and doing all that, of course, I could do the most in my editing right now. I could be creating masks and doing brushes and things like this. So let's say I wanted to see the classroom, but I didn't want any other parts of the picture to brighten up. Instead of doing a global edit, I do a selective edit. I only want to be able to show and brighten up those things happening in the classroom. Not even him. So like that, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Yep. And then I'd be able to just bring up the shadows like that. That way we can see inside that classroom. All the rest of the shadows in the picture aren't being affected, and that's cool. And actually, now that I've done it, I'm not gonna undo it. But it's just a lot easier to just hit that boost shadows button, and that way you just, let's say we're talking about we got to get these pictures out. It would be global edits, whole bunch of global edits. But yeah, so before, after, before, after, before, after. Cool. All right, let's keep going. So far, these are the pictures we've gotten. But I am going to keep the family together, right? Keep the family together. And I am going to show, or what I'm going to do is I will take that picture, or actually I'll take the edits from this picture. I'll copy these. Copy. And I'll put these onto this picture because as I go along, I like to paste my settings from pictures that are more recent. That way, The edits kind of just continue to flow along in the process. So as you can see, the temperature changed, the white balance changed pretty much across the board in all 7 of these pictures. So I'm going to need to change the temperature on all of these. Go ahead and do that. Cool. These ones came a little bit too cool. I'm going to bring those up just slightly. And actually, I'm noticing that that one is pretty cool too. I want to bring it up a little bit. Yeah. Might even bring up the exposure in this one slightly. But I need to drop the highlights. There we go. Cool. Great. How's that look? Looks pretty good. All right. All right. Lamb Central C. Made that reference earlier. I'll keep going. This one is all right. This one's cool. Let me see. Very punchy, as you can see. Gonna need to drop the highlights on most of these pictures. It's looking like. All right, let's make these a little bit bigger. So here's what I'll do. I'll survey these. Come on. Why is survey N instead of S? S for survey. It just makes sense to me. But like it's G for grid. N for survey. Anyway, let's go for N. Okay. So since this picture is the one that we started with in this like group, in this family, I want to play off of this one. So I'm going to have these ones be matching up. The vibrance is popping in these pictures here. Now I don't know why. Need to bring down the vibrance a bit in these pictures. I mean, they are really going for it. They really like. Okay. Exposure is a little hot. Exposure is a little hot there as well. I remember what happened. I pumped up the shadows. There we go. I pumped up the shadows. That's what happened. There we go. All right. Okay. There's the temperature is decent on that one. Getting a lot of green in the shadows now. I don't like that. So I'm just going to adjust my tint a little bit. Bring those pinks back in. Oh, actually, I might bring the tint down on this one. So this one looking a little very pink. I need to bring my highlights up a little bit on that one. Bring the highlights down a bit on this one. Bring my shadows up a little bit. Back up a little bit on that. Bring the shadows up a little bit on this one as well, actually. There we go. Okay. All right. Now, just change up the... So I'm seeing some things in the pictures that are cool and all, but I don't really need them in there. So it's a little wide. First of all, straighten it. There we go. Now that's one function in Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop that they do pretty well. Is that auto angle, that auto straightener. They do a pretty good job with that. They do. A little high up. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Don't need to see everything in that. Or maybe I'll keep it. I'll show the heights that were above. Actually, I will do that. And okay. So hit that. All right. Now let's go back to our grid. I'm liking it. I like that. I like that a lot. I like both of these. I might want some more highlights in this one. Let's see. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll take some more highlights. Great. Cool. I like that. So now, because I edited these two pictures, they were family to these pictures, which means that I should be able to just take these edits and just go ahead and copy them right on in to the rest of these. And they should be fine. I think. We'll see. Copy these. All right. Paste these settings. And what do we got? Yeah, that's not too bad. Got some drop downs in the shadows. Now I know I need to bring down the exposure, because once I get one of these correct, then the rest will just flow into place. But I like the difference between these, because, oh, I know what's happening here. These are a little warmer. These are warmer than the rest. Nah, there we go. It's so funny seeing one person with a hoodie, a heavy jacket, a winter hat, a hunter hat, jeans. Then you got another person with just jeans and t-shirts. Like, what was the temperature there that day? What was it like that day? It was cool. It was all right. All right, so let's bring down the highlights a little bit. Bring down the highlights a little bit. Bring down the highlights a little bit. Okay, and let me see. What are these shadows hitting for? I need to bring the shadows down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, okay, sure. All right. No, I'll take that. Let's adjust the let's adjust a little bit. Straighten this up a little bit. Look, just auto straighten that thing and it works. Okay, I like that one. I like this one. Smiling pictures we're gonna like. we're gonna like some teeth. Smiles. All smiles. All smiles. So there. Okay, now we're gonna go to this one. Let's see what this one is doing. Straighten it up a little bit. Let's bring it in just slightly. Have some mutual points of interest. Got some looks, some shows. Okay. Great. Close that. Let's see what it's looking like. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I don't like how much. Let me see. I'm going to bring down how much headroom is in that last picture, just because I feel like it was a little much and it wasn't. It didn't need to be that. Well, no, I'll keep it there just because I like where the points of interest are hitting. So I take sometimes I take pictures and I see, I come in and I'll put on my golden ratio overlays, and I'll put on my points of interest overlays and stuff like that. And I mean, I just hit the nail right on the head. So it's almost like I really do this. But no, I be killing. I be killing sometimes. My framings be exactly the way I want them to be at the end of the day, with no edits even necessary. So yeah, it works out a lot of the time for me when I come into post. All right, let's see what they're looking like. Let's go ahead and survey these 5 that live together. I like it. I like these 5. Do you see what I mean? Like those families, like they look like they belong together. Like all these pictures look like they belong together. And a series. Video review. Okay. Got the videographer, he was shooting. Now he's done shooting, and now the client's gonna look at the video and see if he likes it or not. What we get is some evaluation and a roll off with a smile. That means that there was something good happening in those pictures, and we captured it. All right, go to G. I like those pictures. All right, now let's go back to all the ones we've done so far. See if they're living. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I could bring this one down just a little bit. Yep. I still think I might bring the saturation down in the green just a little bit for all of the pictures, just because that green is popping. The green is popping off. So might bring the green down just a little bit, but I don't know yet. Not positive. So I'm gonna keep going, and then I'll make that decision. That decision later. Let's see these pictures. These are the ones when they were in. I didn't get that many in here, but there is still a family happening here. So I'm just gonna take all of these, and I'm gonna put them into a grid or into survey mode. Okay. This one's clearly too bright, but it might just be the highlights though. Let's see. What happens if I knock these highlights all the way down as much as I can. Okay, the highlights are down. Let's bring these whites down. Okay, the whites are down now. Let's bring the highlights back up. Yeah, I don't mind the highlights, but the whites were a little too hot. Might need to bump down the exposure, bring up the shadows a little bit. Shadows, I don't want to bring those up too much. There we go, that's cool. Maybe a little bit more in the shadows, a little bit more in the shadows. A little down in the shadows now. Drop the black a little bit. That's cool. Knock up the vibrance in this one just slightly because it's not matching the rest of the other levels of vibrancy. Temperature, let's see what we want to do with temperature. Do we want it to be warmer or cooler? I think this level is fine, because when you're in shadows, you're going to be cooler anyway. So and remember that if your shadows look a little unnatural, if you're shooting in shady area and it looks strange, might be because they look too warm. Might need to put some cooler temperatures into your shadows, and then they might look a little better. I found that out by watching a master class by Annie Leibovitz, and where she explained, or she was doing a case study, and she was stuck on some pictures, and she was like, "What's wrong here?" And the thing that was wrong was that the shadows were just too warm, and it made the pictures seem strange because the shadows should have been a little a little cooler than they were. So clearly need to bring the shadows up here. Not that much. Okay, something is off here. Exposure, maybe? No. Bring down the highlights. Bring up the highlights, maybe? Nah, don't want too much highlights. Too much in the highlights. Might be the whites. Let's see those whites. Yeah, it was the whites. So now I can bring those shadows up a little bit more. Maybe bump up a black a little bit. Yeah, okay. Then drop that clarity, or not clarity. Drop that vibrance down a little bit because it's popping in this picture for some reason. Again, those greens. I got to bring those greens down. But at the end of the day, I might not even bring the greens down because I actually am enjoying the look of these greens. Actually, these super saturated green colors. I feel like I want to bring the shadows down a little bit in this picture. Yeah, that's cool. That's better. And then I like both of these pictures the way that they are, kind of like right now. They're nice and bright. Oh, they're nice and bright. And then knocks down the brightness. I might want to drop the or not the highlights. I keep forgetting that. The whites in these are a little. There we go. There we go. Yeah, just wanted to knock down those whites a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with these actually. Let me see what would happen. I'm gonna take this one out. I'm satisfied with these. I'm gonna change this one a little bit. Well, now that I'm here, did I misfocus? No, I didn't misfocus. Oh, it's because I'm in the develop. Ah, there we go. In other words, the wise. If you're using Lightroom in the development tab, the picture won't look as clear as it will in the export and in the just the library tab. It's a different kind of a preview because it wants to be able to keep up with the edits that you're making. So it's not as big of a file. So, but yeah, now that I'm in the library tab, these look good. I like these. I like these a lot actually. This one I might change just a little bit just because this over here, I don't really care for it. So I might just crop out of that just slightly. Bring it there instead. And let's see. A little more. Yeah. Like that. And there's a lot of headroom in it. Might just. No, I'll add a bit more in the headroom department. I might even. I don't like to get too caught up in the points of interest areas of pictures. That's these intersecting lines. But right now, I'm going to, and I don't know if that straighten did a good thing or a bad thing, but What I really wish that cameras did, and maybe they do work like this, and I should Google it before I proclaim this out loud. But I wish that cameras communicated with the programs to tell them exactly how off you were in your alignment, so that when you go into a program, it would have that metadata in there, so you could just say, oh, I need to adjust by this much, and it would have been a perfectly straight picture. Maybe that's what auto does, but I just did auto and it actually got it wrong. So auto did this, but I don't like that. And that's cool, but actually now I do want to add a little bit more context into this, so I do want to show that they were here. So actually, the original picture may have been perfectly fine. That happens sometimes, where the picture is fine, actually. Yeah, I like these. Okay, cool. All right, let's go back to our grid. I need to revisit these really quickly, just really quickly, because I like these pictures and I like what I was doing with these pictures. I just need to get them straightened and cropped to the point that I actually like, to a point where I actually like. So I like it there. I do want him to hit these points of interest because I do want him to be the focal point. I want to frame this in a way where he is the focal point. So I am actually going to really focus on these points of interest. So just go straight to him. Our eyes are directed there. His eyes are a little weird, but as the picture is like this, you don't really see that much unless somebody's gonna zoom in all the way on his face in Instagram or something like that. And with their compression, you're not gonna be able to see this tiny amount of little eye anyway. So I'm gonna leave that like that because I like what he's doing with his fingers. And you can see videographer in action. Okay, that's one. I like this. This is already good. It's cool. I'm good with that. And I just want to straighten this one up a bit because I like how much of the see, auto doesn't always work. I just want to be able to I like how much of the building we're seeing here. And there we go. So as you can see now, the points of interest are above his head. He's missing everything, but I want to see what this looks like because I like it. This is cool. I like this one actually. Orientation is the framing is different, and I just like that picture. So let's see what these 3 or 4, 6 look like together because they are in the same location. They're a family. Let's check them out. This one is a little cooler than the rest, but actually I might like that fact. Oh, that's exposure, not temperature. Whoops. You need to drop the shadows down in this picture a little bit. It's looking a little washed out. There, like that. The tint in these are off. Let me move that to that side a little bit. Not too pink. I don't want it to be too pink. Bring it back a little bit. Maybe I do need to bump up the temperature a little bit in this picture. Okay. Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that, yeah. All right. Okay. In. Wait, no. I'm already in grid mode. And as we've learned here today together, that it is not in to get out of grid. It is, or to get to our grid, it is G to get to grid. That's the letter that actually makes sense here. All right. These pictures. These ones are a little different. And I don't know if I even want to edit these ones the exact same way that I did all of these, because these are more so like portraits. But I'm going to work off of it as it is right now. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to adjust that picture. So I want to do like, I want to take like, oh, maybe I'll take all of these at the same time. Wish they had done it in a different way, but all right. Why did they align them like this instead of, oh wait, what would happen if I, yep, there we go. That makes sense. Okay, let's start with this one because I really like this one actually. Let's see. More or less shadows. Let me see. I'm gonna get creative here. Bring these highlights. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some brushing here because can't do a global edit on all of these because oh, that's gonna take that exposure down way too much. Yeah. Well, we got the clock back in, so let's see what would happen now if I bumped up the shadows. Well, that's actually not that bad. I'm not that mad about that. Just global edit. Okay, so let's see what would happen if I just knocked down the exposure on all of these like that, and then brought back up the shadows. Shoot, I might have just. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay. Bring those shadows up, shadows up, shadows up a bit. Shadows up a bit more. Exposure down. A little more. A little more. There we go. We can see the clock. Now we're going to pump up those shadows. Not too bad. I mean, I'm not. It's weird. I'm not like in love with any of these pictures, but I like them though, just because the framing of it all is different than something I normally do. Like I was shooting for the object, but I was also trying to shoot him as well. So now let's just see what would happen if I adjusted these temperatures a little bit. And see, this is what I meant. Okay, so like I adjusted all of these things, and I did the I pretty much have them to a point that I like they're pictures that are pictures, but I don't think that they're like done yet though. Actually, I like that one a bit. Bring that up. But I don't really like how the colors look, but I'm going to leave that to him. I'm going to leave that to him. I'm going to leave the colors in these to him. So I'll adjust the temperatures a bit. That's too much. And it's a greenish. I'm getting greenish tints right now, and I don't really want that. So I'm gonna bring that tint up a little bit. Tint, bring the pinks up a little bit. All right, that's cool. Now it's starting to look white in the background, which is what we want. We don't really want that green look. Kind of look a little sickly. Don't really want that. but then you don't want it to be too pink, and then you got pink going on all in your backgrounds. Um, Highlights. No, I want highlights. I like the highlights. Mm. Do I want more shadows or do I want less shadows? Nah, I like being able to see his face clearly, like that. So I'm gonna bring the shadows down a little bit there. This one is just fun. It's a funny picture. Let me see. Yeah, that's cool. Actually, I like that. I actually like that picture. I like that picture a lot. Actually, it's cool. Bring the tint there a little bit. Bring the tint to. Yeah, that's cool there. What's this temperature looking like? That's cooler. No, it's too warm. Yeah, I'll keep it there. We could take it there, but to make it fair, bring some more. CJ, we come with like Fort. That's always love that one. Temperature. That's decent. All right. Tint. Let's make this a little bit more. Maybe I need to pump up the vibrance in that one. Nah, maybe I need to bump it down. No, I'll pump up the. I'll pump up the jam. Hey. Some of these I'm realizing what it is. Some of these I just need to correct my crops and things like that. Auto. So I kind of want the tower to be straight on in all instances. So close that one out. Hey, look, it's my lens. I need to take that out. Hopefully it doesn't distort things too much by doing this. Hopefully it just makes it black, but it makes sense. Let's see. Perfect. Perfect. Quick and easy fixes, y'all. Quick and easy fixes. We love them. Okay. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. Something is different about this one that I like, but I feel like, did I already straighten this? No, I just shot that super straight. Okay, great. It's up and down. I like it. It's a little too cool, though. I like that there. Yeah, I'll deliver these to him without too much colors and too many colors, too many adjustments in the colors, because might want to work with a graphic designer or something like that who could change up the colors for him and make it into something else. So I'm also conscious of that while I'm editing. Like, these could be used for other things. So maybe I shouldn't do too much and just leave them available for adjustment in for other uses. And I'm fine with that. I am fine with people changing up my pictures, but not too much. Not too much. Like when I see people post my pictures and like too much has been changed, or the colors are adjusted, or they don't, it picture doesn't look anything like how it is that I delivered it, or just there was no caretaking. No care taken in the posting of the picture. That's when I can get a little like, you did not respect my process at all. I remember the first time that happened. I gave my pictures to a client, and when they got posted, they slapped all these like Instagram filters on it, and I mean, it's your stuff. It's your pictures. You do what you want to do, kind of. But also, respect the process of the photographer. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get too into those weeds because that's a case by case kind of conversation. And okay, so I'm liking these. Okay, I'm gonna bring face up a little more in the face, a little more light in the face. So I'll do just a global edit, and I like these. The more and more I'm looking at them, the more and more I'm liking these like closer up, like headshot, portrait kind of like pictures. Because let me take myself out of here. My lens. That looks weird. Sometimes it does it just perfectly. Other times not so perfect. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that. I already did that one. Okay. Can't see me in that one. Can't see me in that one either. But there's something about this one that I want to change too. Maybe bring up the... Drop down the whites, maybe. Nope. Maybe I need to bring up the whites, actually. Because you can still see the clock tower in the back there. Maybe I need to drop down the shadows a little bit in this one. It might have been the shadows. Might have been the shadows. Let's see the temperature. Drop that tint a little bit. Yeah, bring up the vibrance a little bit. Yeah, there we go. A little pump of vibrance. That did it. That did it. Okay, let's see what these looking like. All together. All together now. All right. I'm liking it. I'm liking those. Those are decent. Those are straight. I think I would bring the temperature up a little bit in this one. Nah, it's too much. No, actually, I think I'm cool with these. Maybe bring the shadows down just slightly. Shadows down just slightly in this one. Maybe shadows up. Nah, shadows down. Yeah, that's fine. Shadows up a little bit. Okay. No, I'm cool with these. Yeah, I'm cool with these actually. Okay. So wait, where am I in? Am I in? Oh, let's go to grid. Right. Okay. Okay, so I ain't gonna hold y'all. That might be it. Let me see this one. Just want to make sure I want to make sure this one is straight, as straight as it can be. Right? Couldn't straighten it automatically. Okay. I think that's straighter. Bit more of the picture. Yeah. Okay. 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 And are the whites still super high up in this picture? They are. But I actually don't mind that because the shadows are up too. The contrast is down though. Kind of want to bring the contrast up a little bit. All right. So that is the editing process. Let's go back through the pictures real quick though. Let's go back through the pictures real quick. So here we go. All of them. Right? And they all kind of flow together. They all go together. Live together. And now we get a good BTS experience as to what the process was like, what the shoot was like, what the temperatures were like, what the feelings were like, what the vibes were like. Right? We got a lot of smiles here. Smiles here, good vibes. Satisfactions. Some changes in location, but still the same location. Just want to paint that whole picture, what the day was like. Some instruction, some movement, some review, some shooting. All those colors live together. Now, just for reference, this is the edited version of this photo. I don't even remember what it looked like when we got started. Let's see. Okay. So there wasn't a lot of adjustment here. And that's on purpose. That's intentional. I didn't want to color these pictures too much because, like I said, he might want to use this for cover art or something like that. He might want to work with a different might want to work with the graphic designer to put some logos or something on these pictures. So I didn't want to go too crazy with the colors. He can decide on the colors, but did want to bring it to life a bit more. And I did that. Let's go back and we can reference. Let's see what this one looked like in the beginning stages. Like that. And I touched it up a bit and we got it to this. So yeah. Cool. Now we're gonna look at a picture like this. How did this start? Let's see. Let's remember. Let's go back. Let's remember how it started. So it was like this. Okay. Then we got it to here. Great. Add some life to it. The picture is there. That's another part that in my editing philosophy is like the picture is already, we already took the picture. Once we come into like Photoshop and Lightroom and stuff like that, we're building on the picture that's already there. We don't need to be destructive and do a lot. Now there are some times I like to go wild, just wild in a picture in an edit, and it works out sometimes. But like these ones, subtle. Picture's already there. Just see the colors in a different way. So just seeing the colors in a different way. That's what we're doing here. Just editing philosophy. Just see the colors in a different way because the pictures are already there. All it takes now is to just see the colors in a different way. Here we go. Let me see. How did this start? Dark. It started out dark. So you can lighten it up a little bit. And boom, bring the picture out. Okay. All right. I think this one might have been the most extreme because this one is pretty bright. I like it being bright though. How did it look? Okay. So yeah, we just brought out the colors that we saw and changed them up a little bit. Just got them to the point that we liked. Didn't go any further than that. Didn't change it up too much. Still have a natural looking picture. Let's see what this one was. Okay. Boom. Easy. Very easy. And so I didn't do too much manipulation of the pictures, like adding in elements and taking out too many elements. Instead, I kind of left them natural, more natural than manipulated. Of course, every now and then I saw something that I didn't want in there, like my lens being in the lenses of his glasses, and the leaf that was on the windowsill. It was just there a little bit, and like, oh, okay, it doesn't have to be there, so I took that out. But not too wild. So now, y'all, it's about that time. Okay, let's go back to chapters real quick, and we did the curation. We did the rating. We did the editing. Now it's time for the easiest part of this whole thing, and that's the export. So let's go ahead and get into it. How do I export? Well, I make it very easy. Just a hot little Control A, Control all, and I export to thing. I like to export to my to the same folder, kind of just saying tower shoot. So like I'll name this one, for example, tower shoot, and then I'll just put a little edit it. That way, once I upload it to my Google Drive or whatever, it'll reflect as exactly this. I send the full versions of the highest quality images that I can to my clients. It's not necessary all the time, and if there's a lot of pictures, like I've done full day birthday shoots and weddings and stuff like that, and so those pictures are going to be exported at probably about 85 instead of 100, and I accidentally hit enter, and I don't want to be doing that right now, but I'll export those out at like 85 and send them to them and like that versus 100, because you don't really need 100% quality image. It's like post on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. But let's say it's a picture that they may want to print out, or they want me to print out, or whatever. That would be exported 100. But I like to export 100 if it's not 1,000 pictures, just so I can get it to them and they have the best quality of picture that they can. And so that's it, y'all. I'm going to export those photos, and that's the process. It's the whole thing. So thoroughly enjoyed doing this live. Probably going to be doing some more of these types of things in addition to my live video edits. And thank you all for viewing, and thank you all for being here and being present. Let me know what kind of content you'd like to see, what kind of edits you'd like to see, what kind of pictures you'd like to see, what kind of processes you'd like to see. I didn't do too much Photoshop work in here. If you'd like to see more Photoshop work, let me know that, and I will arrange for a time to do that. But in the meantime, between time, this is the end of this live stream. Thank you for being here. I am Johnny D. Smitty. Be sure to like and subscribe. Like the video. Drop a comment below, even if it's just an emoji. Drop a comment, and be sure to subscribe to my channel, because this is where the action is happening. Send this video to a person who is into editing, and they're like, man, what? My flow seems a little off. I need to watch somebody else do it who's been doing it for this would be the perfect video to send them. So that's it, you all. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you at the next video. Peace.